or if something's not working. If you've got a playlist, turn it on. We're gonna come into just an easy seat and set some intentions for today's class. So if you would come to a comfortable seat, bring the gaze internal. Start to focus in on the breath and just the fact that you have it, that it's here, that you're here in this moment. One of the greatest gifts that this training has given to me is this concept of Ahisma and nonviolence for self, particularly on the mat. This idea of having to be a specific shape, move in a certain way, throwing all of that out the window and being able to just be on the mat, to try new things, and then to honor our response, both the body's response and then our mind's response. There'll be opportunities today's class to take up different kind of movements. We're going to go through things a few different times. So if you want to try certain things at certain points, do it. And at others, just honor your time, yourself, your body. And notice, of all things, notice your mind's response. I hope that your mind allows appreciation for the time that you're taking today, for the gift of this body, the blood that flows through it. Start to deepen the inhales and exhales through the nose. Thinking about compassion, love for self, kindness for self. I invite you to set an intention for today. Maybe that's an I am statement. I'm capable, strong, kind, loving. Visualize that intention. Let it warm the heart. Take an inhale. Start to breathe in that intention. And with an audible exhale, just let anything that's not going to serve you today go. One more inhale, breathing in that intention, that compassion, that love, feeling a warmth around the heart as you audibly exhale anything that's not serving you. Flicker the eyes open. Good to see you. We're going to think about rooting down through the sit bones, hip points to ribs, expanding that space. Maybe that means drawing the navel in towards the back as you soften the ribs in. I invite you to kind of feel around there. And then we'll take an inhale and sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus the arms. Thinking about this kind of bend one, meaning we're going to draw the shoulder blades in towards the midline. And then as we exhale, drawing them down the back. tendency here, obviously, to flare out a bit in the ribs. So just being mindful what your body is doing. Rooting down through the sit bones, lifting through the crown of the head will help in terms of increasing this engagement. Take one more inhale, exhale. Draw those shoulder blades in towards the back body. Last one, take an inhale, think we're crown of the head long. Exhale, maybe this time the heart lifts just slightly, gaze lifts just slightly. Holding this. Exhale, release the arms up to the sky, fold forward. Let that go. Let the head be heavy. Inhale, walk the hands back towards the body, coming up to our seat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, crown of the head reaches long. Think about drawing the sit bones down the back, down into the mat. And then exhale, reach the heart up. Just starting to waken up. Starting to wake up kind of this area across the chest, maybe even the back of the shoulders and the arms. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take the right hand over to the right. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky, and then just bend up and over to the right. Easy breezy here. Nothing too activational. Just kind of reaching over with the left, getting a nice stretch in the side body. Taking an inhale, exhale, reach from the left sit bone that's rooted into the mat and the left fingertips up to the left. Now take a look at your shoulders. See what they're doing. Start to maybe, if you're like me, shift the right shoulder forward, left shoulder a little bit more back. Feel it broadening across the chest. And on your next exhale, cactus this left arm. Squeeze the shoulder blades in towards the midline. Take an inhale. Exhale, maybe the gaze and the heart just lift ever so slightly, staring at where the wall and the ceiling meet. 2 breaths here. Inhaling to find length, thinking about that kind of this container activation. Exhale, squeeze. One more inhale. On the exhale, the left hand is just going to reach up and over to the left, kind of counter stretching. Take the right hand out to meet it. Release the stress in the neck and the head. Warming up here. Fantastic. Walk the hands back towards center. Left hand is on the left side. Inhale, reaches the right arm up high to the sky. Exhale, bend to the left. Maybe even pushing in opposition the left hand. My right hip flexor is a little tight, so I'm pushing into the floor with the left hand, sending the right sit bone down more. Inhale to find length. Exhale, reaches. Take an inhale, find length this time, looking at the shoulders, maybe sending the left shoulder back, or right shoulder back, left shoulder a little bit more forward, squaring the shoulders to the front of the mat. And on the next exhale, go ahead and cactus that right arm. Inhale, find length, squeeze in the shoulder blades in towards the midline, and maybe the heart and the gaze send towards the sky. 2 breaths here. Squeezing those shoulder blades, squeezing the sit bones, finding length. And then on your exhale, go ahead and reach those right fingertips up and over to the left. Reach, reach, reach. Take the left hand, follow it out. letting the heart expand through the back of the shoulders, up through the back. Walk the hands to center. Come up onto the left shin, sending the right this is not my arm, right leg out to the side into a gate pose. I mean, it could be in another world, right? Words are just words. Go ahead. Take the hands, kind of one hand to the sacrum, and one hand to the front of the pelvis. And just feel kind of, are you got that J-Lo booty, you got that MJ tilt. Find somewhere in the middle here. Push in to the knife edge of the right foot, and the right hand can just rest on the left thigh. We're going to repeat some of those things that we just did on the floor in gate. So go ahead and inhale, left arm reaches up high to the sky. And then just bend up and over to the right. Being mindful here what our shoulders are doing, what our chest is doing. Are we flaring out or are we active? Squeeze the left glute, seems to turn on, and the right glute seems to turn on that activation, even more in the legs, making us stronger in our core. Inhale, reaches the left arm up higher, and then exhale, cactus. Squeezing that left glute, maybe the heart reaches up towards the sky. Left elbow might tip a little bit forward, and the left hand might tip a little bit farther back. Squeeze the shoulders in together. Inhale, release and reach up and over to the right. And then if you've got a block, we're going to circle this left hand down to the mat on the left side, or use the block to bring the floor up a little bit closer, whichever you prefer. Left hand's reaching, pushing into the floor, thinking about engaging through the glutes. Take an inhale, exhale, lift the right leg. Flex through the right foot. Push in through the left arm. Extend the right arm out, and then bring the right heel to the right glute. Maybe the hand clasp, maybe not. If you've got the hand and the foot engagement, push into the hand, hand into foot. Think about reaching. Your chest may start to open. Let it open. This is your practice. Do what feels good here for you. Take an inhale, exhale, maybe right shoulder draws back and the heart heads towards the sky. 2 breaths here. Try out what you want. Exhale, release the grip. Start to come up to the torso comes up and the right foot is coming in towards the front and crosses over the left leg. Kind of a cow face posture, except we're not going to sit down on our butt from the ground. I mean, you could move the foot out of the way just a little bit, move that left foot out just a little bit. You can stay here. This is great. You can start to come back and sit down onto the heel. We'll be here for 3 breaths. Position yourself in a way that you're getting the most benefit out of this posture. You may want to walk the hands forward and fold. Breathing here. If you're folded forward, let the head be heavy. Maybe the forearms come to the floor. Start to walk the hands back towards the knees. And then untuck the right leg, shifting the weight into the right shin, extending the left leg out. And we'll do that on the other side. Pushing through the knife edge of the left foot, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the inner thighs together all at the same time. Inhale, right arm reaches. And then exhale, extend up and over to the left. Breathing here. Inhaling to find length. Exhale, reach. On your next exhale, go ahead and cactus that right arm. Squeezing the left shoulder blade in, right shoulder blade down the back body. Maybe right elbow tips a little forward as the heart reaches up towards the sky. 3 breaths here. Engage the glutes, activate the legs. Take one more inhale, and exhale, reach. Inhale, reach the right arm up and over to the left. And then on your exhale, pinwheel the right hand up and over to the left side, pushing into the floor or the mat. You can stay here, or you can lift that left leg. Flex through that left foot. Maybe bring the left heel in towards the left glute. If you've got this grip, push into the foot with the hand into the foot. Expand and open through the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take an inhale. Exhale, maybe the heart reaches up towards the sky. Left shoulder blade draws back. 2 more breaths. Exhale, release the left foot. Cross it up and over in front of the right. Stay here. That felt good. Or come back down to a seat. Expanding the feet just a little bit, not a full cow face posture. This can be weird in all kinds of bodies, so do what feels good for you here. Just looking for a little bit of a hip stretch. One more breath. And then whatever side is the top of your mat, mine is to the right, bring your hands up to the top of the mat so they're shoulder width apart. Uncurl the one toe that's out, and then basically just send one foot back to meet the other. We're in a downward facing dog. Walk your dog here. Whatever is calling to you in your body. I'm guessing you West Coasters, this is the first down dog of the day. Feel it out. Pushing into the hands to send the sit bones higher to the sky. Find some stillness. And then take the right knee and open it up to the side. Take that right knee and bring it out to the right tricep. Keep it open and send it back. Keep the right knee, bring the right knee up to the right tricep, and then just set it down. We're not coming up here just yet. We're going to actually pick up the left knee and open it up to the side. And bring that left knee into the left tricep and send it back up and out. Left knee to left tricep and send that left foot down to meet the right. Quick ragdoll posture here. Opposite hand, opposite elbow. Let the head be heavy. Bending as much into the knees as you like. Maybe you want to sway side to side. Maybe you want to find some stillness. Let the head be heavy. Release the hands. Push into the floor with the heels as you slowly roll the stand. Looking at the feet, spread the toes out wide. Micro bend into the knees. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Mountain pose. That's not it, but that's okay. Exhale, cactus the arms. Squeeze the shoulders down the back. Squeeze them in towards midline, bend down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, maybe the heart and the gaze lift. Think about the space in between the low ribs and the hip points. Think about softening the ribs in towards the midline. Take a breath. Take an inhale, reach the arms up high to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now we can plant the hands, step back into a plank pose. All four corners of the hands firmly rooted into the mat. Bend the elbows, send the elbows towards the back of the knees. Lower the knees, lower the chin, lower the chest, and then slither the belly down. Coming into Cobra Pose, push the tops of the feet, tops of the thighs, and the pubic bone into the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift the heart and the gaze. 2 breaths here. Maybe the shoulders draw down the back. Exhale, fold forward, plant the hands, tuck the toes, quick child's pose. And then lift the hips into a down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. On your exhale, right knee comes through the hands and steps into prep for Crescent Lunge. Inhale, lift the belly off the thigh, raise the arms. Bending into that front leg even more, squeeze the inner thighs together. Inhale, reach the arms up, exhale, cactus. Inhale, heart gaze up, maybe hands clasp behind the back. Taking an inhale, squeezing the legs, the inner thighs together. Take an inhale, exhale, humble warrior. Drop the brain, hands lift. Taking an inhale. On your exhale, spiral onto those back toes, coming into warrior 2. Hands separate, right arm forward, left arm back. Thinking about squeezing the inner thighs together, isometrically drag the front heel in towards the back. Flip the front palm, take an inhale. As you exhale, reach the right arm up to the sky and then overhead, bending into that front leg. Right hand can come behind the left hip. Take an inhale, find length in the crown. As you exhale, heart and gaze to the sky. On your next exhale, all 10 toes facing towards the front of the mat, coming into hovering bird. Front heel gets the weight, left toes come up. Right arm reaches forward, left arm back. On your exhale, bring both knees behind each other, coming into a Shiva squat. Both knees coming behind each other. Inhale. Maybe hands come to prayer. Exhale, AM half moon. Plant the left foot outside of the right. Bend more into the front leg. Inhale, reaches the arms up. Exhale, maybe the arms reach up to the right as the hips go to the left. Squeezing those inner thighs together. Fantastic. Inhale back to center. Lift the left toes, sending them back to the mat. Plant the hands. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Come into a downward facing dog. Do the other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Left knee comes towards the nose. Plant the foot somewhere towards the front of the mat. Feet are on railroad tracks here. Setting our legs up for success so that we inhale, reach the arms up. Bending into both legs. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, heart to the sky. Maybe the hands come to the back to clasp in the back. Take an inhale. Feel that right hip flexor. Squeeze the glutes. As you exhale, fold forward, drop the brain. Hands come to the sky. On your exhale, pivot onto that back foot so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Warrior 2, left arm forward, right arm back. Gaze over those right fingertips like you're holding your arms up by your triceps. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Flip the left palm up to the sky. Take an inhale. Reach the left fingertips up and over. Bend more into that front leg. Maybe left hand comes behind the right thigh or right hip. Think about pushing that left knee out. Squeeze the glutes. Undo the bind, all 10 toes facing towards the front. Shift the weight into the front leg, coming onto those back toes. Reach the back leg, right arm forward. Shiva squat, right knee behind left. And then come up to AM half moon. Right foot behind, right foot to the outside of the left. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hips to the right, hands to the left. Maybe bend more into that left knee. On your exhale, simply come out of this, uncross the legs, right foot to left. Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a breath here. Let's take in a deep inhale and an audible exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale. Bring the shoulders up to the ears. Roll them down the back. One more time. Shoulders up to the ears. Roll them down the back. We'll do this flow again. A little bit faster, less engagement. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Maybe this time reach the arms behind you into that bind, thinking about drawing the shoulders towards each other. As you exhale, slowly forward fold. Stay here just for a moment. Release the bind. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees. Lower the chin. Lower the chest. Taking an inhale, lift up. Cobra Pose. Exhale, drop the forehead. Push back, plant the hands, tuck the toes, child's pose. Just for a beat, up into downward dog. You're doing great. Inhale, right leg lifts. Bring that right leg up in between the hands some way, somehow. Whatever works for you works for me. Moving the feet onto railroad tracks. Inhale, sweeps the arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, heart to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands behind you. Squeezing those shoulder blades together on your exhale, humble warrior. If at any point you hate this bind, don't do it. Taking an inhale, on your exhale, coming into warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. Thinking about the inner spiraling the thighs towards the sky. Bend more into that front leg. Flip the right palm, taking an inhale. Exhale, reach it up and over. Looking good. Maybe you want to grab the left hip, reaching up towards the sky with the heart. Pivot all 10 toes towards the front, moving the weight into the front leg, coming off those back toes, hovering bird. Shiva squat. Set those left toes down and more into the right leg. Inhale, reach the arms up. AM half moon. From here, go ahead and we're going to pivot. So we're facing the opposite direction. So look to the left and spin to the left. Fold forward, walk the hands out. Into a shortened downward facing dog. Look at your right toes. Send the right toes to the left, the heel to the right, so that the entire sole of the foot is planted. Coming into Amvashi here. Bend more into the right leg. Bringing those left toes, kind of kickstanding them behind the arch of the left foot. Stare at the right thumb. Start to push into the right thumb as the hips lift. Maybe that causes the left knee to come to the sky. Maybe the left hand comes to heart center or up to the sky. You can pivot, entering into wild thing, sending those left toes behind you. Heart reaches up to the sky. Mindfully, just as we came in, right, look at your right thumb, take the left knee up to the sky. Maybe you grab it with the left hand and bring it up towards the front of the mat. Fantastic. Planting both hands into the floor. Start to shift the weight into the hands on the left foot. Drag those right toes up towards the outside of the right hand. Extend the arms long into Malasana. And slowly come up to a stand. You guys are crushing it. This is so fun. Oh, inhale, coming into a mountain pose. Inhale, sweeps the arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, heart to the sky. Maybe create that bind again. And as you exhale and fold forward, release the bind. Take an inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Step the feet back into plank pose. Lower the knees. Lower the chin. Lower the chest. Inhale the cobra. 2 breaths. Exhale, fold. Tuck the toes. Push back, quick child's pose. And then let's lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bring that left knee in towards the nose, planting it somewhere towards the top between the hands. Feet under railroad tracks. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Crescent lunge. Inhale, reach those arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, heart to the sky, gaze to the sky. Exhale, clasp the hands. Humble warrior, drop the head. Hands lift. On your exhale, pivot onto that back foot, coming up into warrior 2. Strong legs here, thinking about squeezing those inner thighs together. Look over the left hand. Flip the palm. Reverse. Peaceful warrior, and more into that front leg. Maybe you want the bind. Think about reaching that heart towards the sky if you are in that bind. On your exhale, take all 10 toes towards the front of the mat, shifting the weight into the left foot, coming onto those back toes. Extending the left arm long. I gave myself no room over here. Hovering bird. Right knee behind left. Shiva squat. And then simply touch that right foot down outside of the left. Inhale, reaches the arms up. Exhale, half moon. Squeeze the inner thighs together, finding more length, bend more into that left leg. Take an inhale. And then this time, we're going to pivot to the right. We'll do the Vashi on the other side. Start to bend at the hips. Lock the hands into a short dog. And feel yourself out. So we're doing the other side, right? So if you're too far apart, too close together, adjust. This time we're looking at the left toes, sending the left toes to the right, heel to the left, planting that whole sole of the foot onto the floor. Bend into that left leg even more than you think. Bring the right toes behind the left foot. You can leave the right hand kind of tented as you shift the weight into the hand to lift the hips. Maybe the right knee heads to the sky. Right hand can come to the heart, the hip. Feel free to touch those back toes to behind you. Maybe you open up and cactus. Breathe here. Start to pick up those back toes as the gaze moves towards the left thumb. Grab the right knee and bring that right foot towards the front of the mat. Planting both hands. Take an inhale. Exhale, push the floor away and start to bring those left toes up into a wide-legged kind of forward foldish. Hands reach out front, sumo squat, push through the heels, coming to a stand. Hopefully we're having some fun. Woo, I am. Inhale, palms face forward. Grounding inhale and exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Maybe the heart lifts. Clasp the hands if you like that the last time, and then fold forward. Release the hands, release the bind. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step the feet back. Push through the heels. Nice plank pose here, just for a minute. Lower the knees, lower the chin, lower the chest. If you like up dog or something else, feel free to go for it. I'm sticking to Cobra. Taking an inhale, exhale, lift the heart. 2 breaths. Exhale, forehead lowers, tuck the toes, quick child's pose, just for a beat. Lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. And then bring that right knee to the nose, stepping the right foot into the hands, bending both legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, cactus, heart lifts. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, bring the hands behind you and fold into that humble warrior. The head be really heavy here. Taking an inhale, on our exhale, pivot onto those back toes, coming into warrior 2, release the bind. Right palm comes to the sky, take an inhale. As you exhale, reach the right arm up to the sky, and then melt into that shape, bending more into the front leg, squeeze the inner thighs together. Bind if you like it. And then go ahead, pivot onto those back toes, moving the weight into the front leg, coming into a hovering bird. Right arm forward, left arm back. Left knee behind right, Shiva squat, maybe lift the torso. Set those right toes to the right side of the mat. Squeeze the inner thighs together as you inhale. Exhale, bend more into that front leg. Maybe even coming more onto the knife edge of the left leg. Spin around, face the other way. Walk it out. Into Vashi Prep. Plant the sole of the right foot, bend more into the right leg. Look at the right thumb, and maybe the left knee comes to the sky. You can unweight the left hand, and maybe open up. And maybe just open up here. You don't come into wild thing. You do you. No judgment. Find what was working for you. If you're in wild thing, bring that toe back up, grab the left knee, and then bring that left foot up to the top of the mat, and the right foot to follow. Squeeze the glutes to raise the torso up, ever so slowly. Palms by the side. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, simple forward fold this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank. Lower the knees, lower the chin, lower the chest, and the belly. Yogi's choice in terms of your heart opener. Take an inhale, exhale, lift. Lower the forehead, tuck the toes, push back, quick child's pose, hips lift, down dog. Left toes high to the sky, full reach. Left knee into the nose, step the foot in between the hands or wherever, adjust the feet. Inhale, reaches the arms up, and more into that front leg. Cactus those arms. Inhale, heart lifts, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, clasp the hands. Humble warrior. Taking an exhale, pivot onto those back toes, release the bind, warrior two. Inner spiral those inner thighs up to the sky, bend more into that front leg. Flip the palm, peaceful warrior. Maybe you want that bind, left hand behind the right, opening up the heart. Pivot those 10 toes towards the front of the mat, pushing the weight into the left foot, lifting the right leg, left arm reaches, right arm behind. Squat low, right knee behind left. Bring the torso up. Set that knife edge of the right foot outside of the left. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend. And then look to the right and swivel. You guys are doing great. Loving this. All right, let's drop the hips, or lift the hips to the sky. Drop the head. Walk the hands. Finding your spot. Last one. Give it what you want. Pivot onto those left toes. Left toes are facing towards the right side. Push into the floor with the left hand to lift the hips. Maybe the right knee rises towards the sky. Maybe those right toes come behind you. Either way, whatever you need. Those right toes are behind you. Pick them back up. Take the right knee into the right hand. Look at the left thumb. Push into the floor. Step the right foot up. And then the left. Whew. Drop the head here. Slowly come up to a stand. Grab a glass, sip of water if you need. Bringing all 10 toes towards the long side of the mat. Just going to come into a forward fold. Wide-legged. So adjust your toes however, maybe you like yours in, maybe you like them out. I'm in the mood for wide, wide, wide. Taking an inhale. Lengthening through the hip points and the ribs. Crown of the head reaches long as you tip forward. As you're tipping forward, micro bend in the knees, hips to the sky. Hands to the floor or to a block. Walk the floor closer to you. Melt into this for yourself, whatever that means. Maybe you're a person who likes to reach your arms behind you. We're here for 4 breaths. Thinking about a twist here, plant the left hand underneath the face. Taking an inhale, squeezing the glutes in the inner thighs. Start to bring the right hand across the chest and up to the sky. Inhale, find length in the crown of the head through the tailbone. Exhale, maybe open up to the right a little bit more. On your exhale, take the right hand out past the right toes. Drop it down to the mat and just sweep it across so that the right hand replaces the left. Push into the mat, creating length in between the tailbone and the crown of the head. Long, long, long. Inhale, find length. Exhale, take that left hand up towards the chest, and maybe it opens to the left. Inhaling to find length. Exhaling to twist. On your next exhale, take the left hand, reach it far to the left. Sweep the hands across the left toes, back towards the front. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bend into the knees, bringing the feet, heel toeing the feet in towards each other, coming into Malasana. If you want, we're going to be here for a beat. If you want to sit on the spot because your legs are burning like mine, feel free. We're going to do a quick twist. Forearms pushing into the knees into the forearms. Set the right hand towards the right foot as you open up to the left. Inhale, find some length. As you exhale, maybe open a bit more. We're here for 3 breaths. If you want this more of a hip opener, do that. Push into the leg. Ground down through the left foot and the right. Squeeze the glutes. If you want this more of a twist, think about inhale, crown of the head, exhale, twist. And then go ahead, release the left hand towards the inside of the left foot. Finding some length, take the left forearm into the left thigh, and then twist open. Again, finding what your body needs here. Two more. Continuing to cultivate that breath. Release the right hand. Lift the hips just to move the block out of the way. And come down to a seat. Bring the left foot in towards the sit bones. Pick the right leg up. We're going to do kind of a happy baby / cradle just to foster the hips. You can cradle the foot in between the elbow joint and grasp the hands and kind of do side to side here. Think really about a nice long spine instead of kind of jumping over and curling. If that feels okay, flex through that right leg no matter what. If that's too much right now, do this or do both. We're here for a few breaths, so just really flossing through this right hip, giving it some love. Keeping that right foot flexed, really increasing that engagement. Find some stillness. And then just take this right foot, this is my left foot. Take this left foot and kind of tuck it behind the right hip. We're gonna do a twist here. So if this is too much for you, really focusing on both hip points or both sit bones down. So maybe that left leg just is a half lowered. Maybe it's in closer. Doesn't matter to me. Adjust your situation. And then take that left hand to the outside of the right knee. Give yourself a little bit of a squeeze here. And feel the sit bones into the earth. Adjust yourself so that you're really equal. Taking an inhale, long spine. And just an exhale. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And then sprinkle the right fingertips behind you. We've done a lot of heart opener stuff, so we should be nice and warm. But as we twist, thinking about this coming from the upper back and the shoulders, this twist. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, sending that right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. Maybe the gaze follows. 3 breaths here, adjusting however you need. Inhaling to find some length. Exhaling to twist. On your next exhale, slowly release the right hand. Coming back to square to the front. This time we'll fold the right leg in. We'll come into happy baby, hip flexor, whatever you were doing over on the other side. Grasping the left foot into the right armpit maybe, or just into the right hand. Flex through this foot. Long spine. And just kind of rock it back and forth. Maybe it comes out, maybe it comes in. You know what your body needs right now. The beauty of this practice, right? Everything gets to look so different. Finding some stillness. Adjusting that right foot however you like. Might be different on this side. Just notice. No judgment. Just notice. These hips are very different, right? Ooh. That might be plenty for you. Ooh. Maybe you want to extend that left leg out for your twist. Take that right hand into the left thigh and just give yourself a squeeze, feeling kind of a nice little stretch. Inhale, think about crown of the head long, and just an exhale, softening the shoulders. Inhale, left arm reaches, and as you exhale, sprinkle those left fingertips behind you. Push into the floor to create that flat back. One more inhale for length. Exhale, twist. Sending the breath to parts of the body that need it. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist. Maybe you want a tighter grip on that left knee, maybe less. Two more breaths. And then lift up those left hands, lift up those left fingers, and bring them back towards the center. We'll come down to our backs, leaving the knees up to the sky. We're pretty warm. I'm just gonna do a bridge. If you want to do wheel, if it's in you and you feel like it, great. I'm going to do 2 bridge lifts. If you want to do wheel, just know you've got the time to do that. For bridge, we are in robot arms. We're thinking about pushing the forearms into the floor, pushing the heels into the floor. And maybe this time we're just kind of taking an inhale as we exhale, lift, even just a little. And then slower than we want to, maybe tilt the pelvis towards the face and lower the back down slowly, slowly, slowly. With the sacrum, the last drop. Take an inhale as you exhale. Push into the forearms, push into the heels to lift the hips, maybe higher this time. Our shoulders are nice and warm, so if you want to, think about gently tone those glutes, bringing the shoulders underneath you, and maybe the hands clasp. Think about pushing the knees towards the front of the room, drawing them in towards one another. Maybe push into the feet to lift the heart towards the face. For 4 more breaths. You've got that bind, release it. If you're in wheel, start to work your way out. If you're in bridge, forearms come back to the floor. And slowly, 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 vertebrae for vertebrae, start to lower the back down to the floor. Slower than you want, slower than you even think you can. Let the knees splay out wide into a butterfly position. Reflecting back on our intention. Reflecting back on the self-love for ourselves. We tried something new. We activated a different part of ourselves. Maybe that was physical, maybe that was mental. You can stay in butterfly for a final resting posture, or you can extend the legs out long. If you are in butterfly and you like that, maybe like legs up the wall after something like this, feel free. I like a few minutes for Savasana, so find something that's comfortable. If you need any last kind of movements, postures, fidgets, stretches that are in your body, feel free. I don't think I finished my sentence. If you are in butterfly for your final resting, you may want blocks under your knees. If you're in Savasana, you might want blocks under your knees. That always feels good. I never forget to do that. Oh. Letting the breath be normal. Letting go. Concentrating on the space between the eyes. Letting that soften. The face, cheeks soften. Maybe your jaw separates. The tongue rests on the top of the mouth. Allow your shoulders to melt into the mat. Allow the hips, the back, soften into the mat. Release the glutes. Release the calves. Release the feet. The mind starts to wander. Bring it back to the breath. as we continue to work on cultivating self-compassion and grace on and off the mat for ourselves. I found this quote from Eckhart Tolle that I really thought was interesting. I'll read it twice. Be at least as interested in what goes on inside you as what happens inside. If you get the inside right, the outside will fall into place. Be at least as interested in what goes on inside you as what happens outside. If you get the inside right, the outside will fall into place. Slowly bringing some movement into the fingers and the toes. I invite you to reach the arms up overhead out long and the legs out long. Giving yourself a really nice stretch. Bring the right knee in towards the chest and the left. Give yourself a squeeze, maybe rocking front to back, side to side. Rolling onto one side. Give yourself a squeeze. Tell yourself you love yourself. Showing up for yourself. Doing the work for yourself that only you can do. Take the top hand and push it into the floor, coming up to a seat. Bringing hands to heart center. And bowing the head. It's been such a privilege to share my practice with you, my learning, to share this space. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.